Are you tired of paying rent and just want to buy a house but don't think you'll qualify for a loan? You need to watch this video. I'm going to change your mind. I'm John Deno, and I'm going to explain in this video the program that's designed for low to moderate income level families. If you want to buy a house or a place to call your own, you've come to the right place. This is going to be a short tutorial on how to kind of navigate your way through the USDA website. If you were unaware that the USDA actually provides home loans for the low to moderate income level families, I'm telling you, I didn't know until I did some digging and some research, and it was awesome. The United States Department of Agriculture, or the USDA, has a single-family housing guaranteed loan program for low to moderate income level families. And I am going to show you how to kind of navigate through that to see if you're eligible. All right. All right, this is how we're going to get started. There's going to be a link that you're going to click at the bottom of this video in the section below, whether it probably be on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook. I'm going to give you the link that's at the top of this page. You'll see it up here. It's rd.usda.gov. I will provide that link below. That's going to take you to this page, which is really the most important page for you to get started. It's tough to find this one on its own. That's why I have that link. It's going to be very helpful. So the first thing you're going to do, this is the USDA Rural Development page that's going to get you started on the Section 502 guaranteed loan program that we're talking about, or that I'm talking about. First things first, it's the single family housing guaranteed loan program. Okay, you'll see there's a lot of tabs. First one that's highlighted blue is the overview. Then you have a to apply, guidance, other requirements, events, and contact. Okay, to get started, the most important thing for you right now is to see if you would be eligible for this program to start with. So if you scroll down slightly, you'll see, just kind of see where my cursor is. It's income-eligibility. If you click on that, I'm going to do that right now. It's going to take you to another page. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and you're going to pick your state, because this applies for all of the United States, not just Tennessee. So I'm in Tennessee. And it's going to ask you for your county. We'll scroll down and find Sevier County. Okay, what's going to happen? It's going to ask you for a little bit of information. The biggest or the best advice I could give you is just be as honest as possible. Don't try to create any shortcuts with this program. It's going to find it, because there's so much paperwork that you're going to have to do, and I'll get into that later. So you might as well just be as honest as you can right now. That's the approach I took. I said I didn't know if I was going to be eligible for this or be approved. So I was like, I'm just going to go into it as honest as I can, and we'll see what happens. So number of people in the household, let's just say you have 4 people. And then you can see in this box down here, you have number of residents under 18, disabled or full-time students. And for me, I had, well, at the time, let's just do it. At the time, I had 5 people at home, me, my wife, and 3 kids. My wife was disabled, and all of my kids are under 18, so I'm going to do 4. And then I ask you if you're the applicant, which is you, or the co-signer, or your co-applicant is 62 years or older. Obviously, I'm not. If I am, I look pretty good for 62. Are there any disabled persons living in the household? For me, it was a yes. Okay. And what you're going to do is you're going to go down to the green button here, hit next. Okay, so after you click next, it's going to take you to this page here where it has annual child care expenses, which I'm going to do 0. Annual disability, I'm just going to do 0. If you have disability expenses, then you need to have that paperwork ready. So you might want to go ahead and just pause and start to dig out some of that stuff. It would be your disability expenses. I would suggest looking from last year and the year previous, so 2 years, is if you can get all that type of information and have it ready, it's going to be so beneficial for you. And what I always continue to do wrong when I toy around with this next one is gross monthly income, not yearly, it's monthly income. So if you make $30,000 a year, then you need to put the appropriate base employment income. And that's whether or not, if you are self-employed, there is a section down here for self-employment income. That's where you would fill that out down there. So for up here, I'm just going to do, let's just do $2,500 a month, okay? And then, because I'm not going to do the self-employment because it's one of those, it's different for everybody. And the very last one is kind of crazy. It's all other income received by adult members of the house. Now, keep in mind, if you have claimed this in the past, like say on last year's taxes, if you have a child that's working and you had to claim that on your income taxes, it's in your best interest to be honest and put it here. Now, I mean, honestly, you want to be as honest as you can because you don't want the government to come back on you. You want to be as honest because it's the easiest way to get through this is to be honest, because then you're not trying to cover up anything. So just be as honest as you can, and you have nothing to be ashamed of. And so once you get all that information plugged in, you're going to go ahead and hit finish down in the right bottom corner. And what you'll see is the next page. Like for me, applicant is eligible. Now that doesn't mean you qualify for a loan. What that means is you're eligible to continue. That means within your base rate of income that this program says, yes, you fit the parameters to potentially qualify for a loan. So, and you could see my adjusted income from those numbers that I plugged in. Remember, it was $2,500 a month. So it brought you into $30,000 for the year for annual plus deductions. And then it gave me a $28,080 adjusted household annual income. But the most important part of this right now is applicant is eligible. Now, yes, you can get a little bit excited. You're like, okay, I qualify for that. That's awesome. Because what that's going to do is give you the opportunity to move to the next step. If you plug all those numbers in and you're ineligible, I'm sorry, I can't help you any further than that. You probably just make too much. Now, they also have, there is an area at the top. Right now, we're on income eligibility. You can go to income limits, okay? It's going to be a PDF file. Yeah, I'm going to go to it right now. And you'll see, and you can print the whole thing, but it's like 360 pages. So you're just going to want to find your state. I believe Tennessee is like page 269, I think. Okay. And it doesn't matter. I just thought because it's fun to look at my own. We're just going to pick one here. Okay, this is a obviously I'm more familiar with Sevier County. Because there's New Hampshire. I'm almost there. I'm just going to go to Sevier County. Pretty sure it's, well, we're in North Carolina right now. Well, page for North Carolina, but you can see like Clay County, North Carolina, okay? If you look on that page, you'll see program, which gives you a very low income, and moderate income guaranteed loan, okay? And all this graph shows is your income limits for how many people are actually in the household. So you'll see 1 person to 8 person, okay? And each number represents if there's 1 person income and it's very low, your maximum that you could make is $27,600 to be eligible for this program. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to get a loan. What it just means is that you're eligible to continue on. And you can see that some of these numbers say, like me, I was a 5-person. If I lived in Clay County, North Carolina, I made, remember it was adjusted at like 28,000. I'd be classified as very low income. If that gives you kind of an idea where you're at. I mean, this even low income for 5 people in Clay County, North Carolina, is $58,300. So if you thought before that you couldn't qualify for a loan because of how much you make, you're wrong. I mean, you'd be surprised who qualifies for this. So that kind of gives you that PDF. You could scroll down, find your state, find your county, and look through those numbers if you want. Now, I've already been told that I'm eligible. I'm going to go back to that page, the income eligibility. So what we're going to work on, so now I'm eligible. So I know I can continue on. All right, so I am now eligible for the Section 502 guaranteed loan, or for the Section 502 guaranteed rural housing loan program. Okay, so I'm going to flip my notes over here. The next step you would do is, if you are eligible, you really need, and this is where it gets exciting, but it gets scary, because I'm going to have you start looking for property to see if that property is in an eligible area. Not every house and where it's located is eligible for the USDA loan program that we're dealing with right now. So you have to type in addresses, and I'll show you that in a second. Now, it gets exciting because you're doing house hunting and you haven't even been approved for a loan yet. So you don't even know like what price range you should be looking. They're going to look at your income and they'll decide that for you during the loan process. So what you're going to need, and nobody told me this, is the USDA is pretty much going to limit you to one county. Okay. They asked me, what county do you want to live in? What county are you looking for a house in? And that is how they based everything off. So you're going to have to be not necessarily familiar, but you got to know where you're going. And for me, I knew I wanted to stay in Sevier County because my children were still in school, and well, they still are. And I wanted to make sure that, because I can edit that out. So you just need to understand that you're going to have to pick a county and stick with it, because once the loan application and the paperwork start going through, they're going to minimize you to a county. You're not going to be able to search all over the place. So if, like for me, I was already living in Sevier County. I wanted to stay in Sevier County. So when they asked, what county are we looking to buy a house in? I just put Sevier. If you are looking to move, say you live in Illinois right now, and I'm just going to go with Kankakee County, and you wanted to move to Sevier County, Tennessee. When you start looking for houses, all right, you need to go and start plugging in addresses for Sevier County, where you want to go. They don't care where you live now. They want to know where this house is going to be located for, so they can decide on how much they're going to approve you for. And I'm going to go to that page in just a second. So hopefully you kind of understand the very first step is the income eligibility. And if you plug the numbers in, it will tell you whether or not you're eligible. Okay, now it does not guarantee a loan, does not qualify you for a loan. It just makes you eligible to begin the process.